Cold asks, will you do a face reveal? And, well, here I am, everybody. So, hello. I'm Pesky, as you probably know, and this is the first time I'm ever showing my face to, any of you. So, this is pretty exciting, I know. So I just wanted to say, this is for 2,000 subscribers, so, I wanted to just get it out of the way real quick. Thank you all for all the support you guys have left. It really does mean, like, I know it's like, all the other YouTubers are like, oh, thanks for these subscribers, guys, it really means a lot. But, seriously, it's like, I don't know, with this channel, I feel like what I've done, it's neat in a way, because it kind of gives you, like, a sense of, community. And I don't know how to word it, but I don't know, I think you guys get what I'm saying. But I'm not gonna waste any more time. This is a Q&A video. You guys have sent in your questions. I'm sorry if I couldn't get to all of them, but, you know, for the sake of time. Anyway, just answered one from Colds, so thank you, Colds, for submitting a question. And we will go on with the rest of the questions now. Alright, Ice asks, Pesky, by the way, I have two questions. How old are you, and where are you from? Well, I am currently 17 years old, and I am from New Jersey. So, if you don't know, that's a state in the United States on the East Coast, so, yeah, that answers that one. Monica Allen asks, what's your goal for 2020? Now, I have several goals for 2020. As far as this channel goes, I know it's a long shot. Yeah, I haven't really set a goal for the channel. I want it to be successful, is what I want for this year for this channel. But if I had to set a subscriber goal, 10,000? Is that a bit much? Is that a bit much? Uh-oh, I just got a YouTube comment on my phone. Yeah, I'm recording this on my phone. Sorry, YouTube comment, you'll have to wait till later. I'll get to hearting it, I swear. But, yeah, I'd have to say 10,000 subscribers for the goal for the channel. As for my personal goals, to get accepted into the one college that I applied to, which is in Florida, and I currently do not know if I, got accepted or not, so hopefully I'll find out soon. But, yeah, that's a thing that's gonna be happening. Yan Heyon asks, what's your favorite dinosaur and your most hated dinosaur? Allo in parentheses, of all games / movies. Now, this is kind of obvious, but I mean, it's Carno. But, as for most hated dinosaur, in the aisle, I'd have to say Allosaurus, yes, but realistically, dinosaurs were just animals, and there's no animal that I specifically hate in real life, so there's no dinosaur that I hate either. It's not even like I hate Allosaurus as a dinosaur. I think it's a really cool dinosaur. Like, if you've watched the Walking with Dinosaurs documentaries, you remember, the one that they have just called Allosaurus, which is about Big Al. I'm sure you guys have heard of that one. But, yeah, I don't really have a most hated dinosaur. I do in the aisle because the players are toxic as hell. What is your second favorite dino after Carnotaurus? Now, I have a few. I like Iguanodon. Iguanodon's always been one of my favorites. Ceratosaurus is also one of my favorites, if you couldn't already tell from some of my videos, and I really like Suchomimus. And, oh, Diabloceratops. Diabloceratops is one of my favorites because of the Isle. It's crazy how many new species the Isle has introduced me to. Like, I didn't know Shant before the Isle, I didn't know Puerta before the Isle, Diablo I didn't know, so that's been fun throughout these, 4 years I've been playing this game and learning all of the, new dinosaurs that are coming. Mandalore1 asks, what's the most heartwarming moment that has happened to you in the Isle? I'd have to say, there was this one time, back on old V3, where I was playing as a Diabloceratops, and I was trying to progress to either... No, because at that time, Diabloceratops progressed into either Stegosaurus or Triceratops. So yeah, I was probably going Stego. And at this time, Rex was both faster and it could outstam Diablo. So I was at the marsh on V3, and there was a Rex that decided, ooh, look at this Diablo, and so he started chasing me, and I'm running for my life. I was only about like 15 or so progression points away. I remember this specifically, and I'm running, and he's just gaining on me, so I forget if he bit me or not, I don't know. But either bit me once, or he just barely missed. Global chat was enacted, or it was enabled. So I went into global chat, and I said, Rex, please don't kill me, and then I said I'm only 15 points away, and he actually had a moment of reconsideration, and he let me go. So, whoever you are, if you remember this, I don't know if you do, I don't even know if you're watching this video, but if you do, thank you for letting me have that Diabloceratops. Bold and Brash asks, how long after the recode will it take you to make a Deja Vu Drift Carno video? Not long, I can assure you, because as you all probably know from me rambling about it before, Carnotaurus is finally getting that drift mechanic, so that's gonna be fun. I'll make a Deja Vu Drift Carno video as soon as that happens, so that'll be fun. Luke 315 asks, how many hours have you played the Isle? Well, I'm at my computer right here, so I will check right now. The number's not going to be pretty, I can tell you that right now. 3,198 hours. Oh, I don't like that at all. Coldy Colds, making his second appearance in this video, asks, I'd like to ask when the recode hits, what's your first dinosaur going to be? I know it's stupid because I'm guessing the answer is Carno. Well, not necessarily. It might not actually be Carno. It depends on what comes with the recode. Because I'm sure you got... Personally, I'd love to play Carno when it first comes out, but there's also so many other dinosaurs to pick from, and I already have, like, a lot of Carno gameplay. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go on Sandbox once the recode comes out and test out all of the new dinosaurs. And I'll see which ones are viable, which ones are not, or which one I just plain out enjoy the most. And then I guess we'll go from there. Proper asks, what made you start uploading on YouTube? How much do you enjoy uploading YouTube videos and interacting with everyone on your channel, and how has it impacted your life and schedule? Well, a very good question, Proper. And, well, I started uploading videos just because one day I just felt like it. I was in VC with Javert, who I'm sure you guys know by now is one of my good friends. And, I just decided, well, I'm just gonna play some Dryo, and I'm gonna record it, and I'm gonna upload it. And there was no, you know, commentary, as all my old videos were. No cool thumbnail, none of that. Just uploaded it, and it got 50 views, and I was like, wow, 50 views, that's crazy. And now my highest is like 8,000, 11,000 views, something like that, I don't know. But it's crazy, because I just kept uploading random gameplay that I had, and I just kept gaining subscribers, and it's like, the content was not that great at the time. And then I bought this microphone, Beauty here. It's a Blue Snowball, if any of you were wondering. No, I'm not being paid by them, I'm just saying. Good microphone. But yeah, so I recorded a Dryosaurus video, uploaded it, and I just kept uploading random Isle gameplay, and it just went from there, and I decided I'll use my voice eventually and just start an Isle series. And as for interacting with the community, I honestly love it. It's so cool, like, that I can do something that you guys all enjoy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm making someone's day better, and I feel like I need to do that, because there's plenty of YouTube creators that I've watched that have helped me through, like, tough times in my life, whether it be mental, a real life issue, or anything like that. So yeah, I really love interacting with the community. And how's it impacted my life? It's given me something to do. I'll say that. Like, right, because I'm on my school's sailing team. I actually sail, and it's the off season right now because it's winter. And well, I have nothing to do this winter, so it's really been a big help. It keeps me busy. It gives me something to do. Because, you know, everyone has those days where they're just bored out of their minds, and, you know, it really helps with boredom. So anyway, next question. Worthy Memes says, what would you do if you didn't have a YouTube channel? I'd probably do all the normal things that a 17-year-old does. Go to school, get homework, get projects, you know, all that jazz. Play video games and not have a life. But yeah, I feel like this whole YouTube channel has given me a sense of purpose in a way. I don't know if you guys get that, but I'm sure some of you do. I'm just gonna assume that you guys understand what I'm saying here. Blue Ball Python. Oh, that's a weird name. Okay. They ask, what is your life like when you are not making a video? Well, like I just said, I didn't realize how similar these questions were. Yeah, so I kind of already answered that. But yeah, I basically just do normal things. I play video games. Oh, hang on. I do have someone I want to meet. I want you guys to meet, though. Here she is. Here is my beautiful dog, Crystal. Now, she is just the best little thing ever. I just woke her up from her nap. I apologize, Crystal. I'm sorry. You good? Yeah, you're good. But yeah, she's a big part of my life because she's just a little munchkin. And we got her in 2017, so she's been with us for, yeah, almost 3 years now, right? 3 years? Yeah, 3 years. 3 years in March. Wow. Wow, you've been with us a while, haven't you? Haven't you, you little baby? Oh god, I just realized I accidentally, already answered one of the questions that I had. Whoops, I forgot someone asked if I had any pets, so, there's your answer. Have you watched the taco music video? If you haven't, you definitely should. Funniest thing you'll ever see, I promise you. I actually have seen the taco music video. I'm assuming you're talking about the one with, Beer War. The one that Beer War made, and ooh, it was so great. I absolutely loved watching that. How do you pronounce it? Diana Szaz. I'm sorry if I mispronounce any of these names, but Diana Szaz asks, you always seem to have time for us, subscribers, for uploading videos, but do you have time left for you? Take care of your health, too. Well, I honestly feel like I do have a lot of time left for myself, mainly because I just enjoy doing this. I'd say the main thing that takes away from my own time is, school and that kind of thing. But, honestly, I don't know what I'd do without it, because, I mean, I say it takes away from my time, but realistically, what would I do all day? It gives me something to do, you know what I mean? I'm the type of person who has to be, like, occupied with something, because if I'm not occupied or not striving towards a goal or something, then it really gets to me. And there's points in, like, summertime or wherever where I just start, like, ugh, it's bad. But, oh, I shouldn't say bad, because I'm sure people have it worse, but, I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. Moving on. Neuro Guy asks, Pesky, why is Carnotaurus your favorite dinosaur? My favorite dinosaur is Spinosaurus, and I don't know why, to be honest, lol. Well, Spinosaurus is actually one of my favorites, too. Specifically the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. That thing is badass. And did you know that there's a dinosaur related to Carnotaurus called Thanos? Both are part of the Abelosaurid family. Yes, I did actually know that there's a dinosaur called Thanos related to the Carnotaurus. Oh, you literally have to look up Thanos dinosaur to find it, because, you know, if you look up Thanos, you're just gonna get the funny Snap guy, the Marvel villain. But, oh, I forgot to answer the first part of the question. Carnotaurus is my favorite. I always liked Carnotaurus because of Disney's Dinosaur, but it wasn't initially my favorite until I got the Isle. Like, I used to be very generic with my dinosaurs. My favorite used to be T-Rex. Now, as you know, T-Rex has dropped in the ranks a little bit, just because it's so overrated to me. I still, like I said, I hate no dinosaur. But, I picked Carnotaurus because, number one, it had a big impact on my childhood. Number two, I absolutely loved playing as it in the Isle in the early days, when I was actually good at the game. But, yeah, so that's basically that. Yeah, I picked Carnotaurus to be my main, and it's just been my favorite ever since. It just has really grown on me. Hyena asks, are you smart? Did you get good graded? Which I'm assuming means good grades. And for the most part, yes, I do get pretty good grades. This year, I've been I think straight A's. My sophomore year of high school, I didn't get a single grade lower than a 92, which is straight A's for the entire year. Math has always been my weak subject, so that's always been like a B or a C. But other than that, all my grades are pretty good. I'm one of the smarter people in my school, if I do say so myself. But my hardest class this year is AP Psychology. And, man, that class is bullshit, let me tell you. Galk Epic asks, where did you first hear about the Isle? What was your first dino? And what was your first successfully grown dino? Well, I first heard about the Isle from the Gaming Beaver, where I watched his first Isle video, which was he played as a Dinosaurs, or was it Carnotaurus? I'm not sure. The one I remember watching first was one of the old Dinosaurs videos, and I was like, oh, this game looks really cool. So I downloaded the Isle, and I had a lot of fun with it. My first ever dino that I touched in the game was Therizinosaurus. I went on a private server because I had a terrible laptop at the time. I went onto a private server to like adjust my in-game settings so I could get decent frames. And I picked Theri, and I was like, whoa, a Therizinosaurus in the game? That's pretty cool. So yeah, I picked him, and that was fun. First successfully grown dino was probably Carnotaurus, as usual, because when Progression came out, Carnotaurus was in it, because Carnotaurus has been in the game since the very beginning. So yeah, I probably grew Carnotaurus first. Beer War asks, kiss, marry, kill. Anthomnia, Mr. Mosasaur, Tyrannical Simo. Now, that's a hard one. I'd have to go with kill Anthomnia. Nothing against you, man, but I mean, okay, I do kind of have a problem with the clickbait, but you seem like a very fine person, Anthomnia. Let me just say that. I'm not throwing any shade at anybody here. As far as Mosa and Tyrannical Simo, I guess marry Mr. Mosasaur, kiss Tyrannical Simo. I don't know. These aren't my type of questions, but I mean, I have to answer it because it's Beer War, and if I don't answer it, then he'll probably murder me. Sophia Draws Dragons asks, is it a sin to kill a baby Dryo? Yes! Diana Cizaz asks, do you watch other YouTube channels? Yes I do. My favorite YouTube channels are Gaming Beaver. Honestly, I don't watch too many Isle creators anymore. On the regular, I do watch Gaming Beaver's Isle videos, just because it's Gaming Beaver, and I have, he's been like a role model to me in a way. I think I've discussed that before. But, Alpha Rad is one of my favorites. If you don't know, he does, Super Smash Bros. Content, and, yeah, I really enjoy Alpha Rad, so, that's pretty cool. Also, Depleon. Depleon's one of my friends who, is also a YouTuber with a YouTube channel who does the Isle stuff, and Depleon's content's pretty good, so check out his channel, because I'm not even gonna lie, I'm just plugging for him right now because we're friends. So yeah, check out Dep's channel, check out Beer Wars channel, we're buddies too. I don't know Mr. Mosasaur personally, but yeah, I don't know, I guess I'd have to say my favorite YouTubers are Gaming Beaver and Alpha Rat, the ones that I watch on my own time. Anyway, on to the I don't even know what I was trying to say there. Always eating my words, let me tell you. Bold and Brash asks, do you love the name and the profile picture, by the way. That is a SpongeBob reference for those of you that don't know. SpongeBob is the best show to ever cross this earth. Anyway, they ask, do you think you are qualified to teach how to fight solo as Carno? If so, can you do so? If it was 2017, I'd say yes. But right now, no. The game is too unbalanced in its combat right now. And it just doesn't make for a good combat experience. I used to be very good. I remember one time specifically, as a solo Carno, I took down a Rex and Suko tag team back in the day, and this was on Region 2 Progression, the remake of Region 2. So stats were a little more like wonky then, I guess, or not wonky. I don't know. This game's always been a wreck with balancing. I feel like the game needs a balanced team. But to answer the question, I would not feel comfortable as it stands currently training people at how to play as Carno, because I'm not even good at it anymore. Hopefully when the recode comes out, that'll change, but we'll have to wait and see. The Wolf Hope asks, if you had the power to transform into any fictional creature created by yourself counts, what would it be? Well, I assume this doesn't mean dinosaurs. Does a Jedi count? Because if a Jedi counts, I will gladly do that. Because, like, who doesn't want to, like, you know, lightsaber? Oh, kill me. If we're talking, actual, like, animals, I think I'd have to say a dragon, just because, number one, you can fly. Number two, it's a big lizard with wings, and lizards are adorable. And, number three, you can just burn your enemies to death, which, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a lot of fun to me. Sophia Draws Dragons asks, how many of your virtual organs, okay, how many of your vital organs would you donate for a lifetime supply of video games and donuts? None, because I don't eat donuts that often, and I can just buy a video game with my money, so, yeah. Sorry for the disappointing answer, but I'm keeping my organs in my body. I don't care what anyone says. Mike EST asks, and again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of these names, do you have a girlfriend? Currently, no. In the past, I kinda, sorta did. Should I tell you guys the story? I'm already here, why not? I'll tell you guys the story. So basically, it was like, 2017, I believe. Yeah, no, what do I mean, I believe? It was 2017, and, me and my family went on a cruise, and on the boat, this girl came up to me and she was like, hey, I want your number, and I was like, oh, okay, because I was just so caught off guard by it, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll give her the number, so I did. And the funny thing is, this girl had actually been apparently trying to get my number for like the entire 10 days we were on the cruise, but she didn't get it until like 2 days before the boat was heading back to New York, where we left from. So yeah, I gave her my number on that day, and then later that night we just hung out, and that was nice. And then we left, and we kept in touch for about a month or so, and then we eventually just lost touch with, because, you know, long distance relationship. She wasn't from New Jersey, so yeah, that ended. If you're watching this video, you know who you are. Hello. It's been a while, so I doubt you're watching this video, to be honest, but if you are, I'm alive, don't worry. Zemaroon asks, what are your favorite dinosaurs in general, and what I'm assuming that's what do you most play as in the Isle, and maybe what dinosaur games have you played to this day? I feel like I've already answered this. Favorite dinosaurs, Carnotaurus, Suchomimus, Ceratosaurus, Iguanodon, Diabloceratops. But as for dinosaur games besides the Isle, Primal Carnage is a big one. And I played Fossil Fighters Champions when I was a little kid on my DS, if any of you know that game. Oh, it was dinosaurs with Pokemon. It was such a weird game, but it was so much fun. So, yeah, that's how that is. Beer War asks, opinion on Beer War? I've met him a few times walking past the mirror, and he's a right ass. Well, let me tell you, this Beer War guy, he makes the shittiest YouTube videos. Like, they're so bad. Like, he makes these battle videos, and then he doesn't use alt turn in them, and they're just so unskillful. Like, holy crap, and the players in the videos are so bad, and his voice is annoying, and he smells, and he's no, I'm just kidding. Beer War's a pretty great guy. Yeah, he's just a great guy. Check out his channel. A lot more subscribers than me, I'll tell you that much. Proper asks, what is your opinion on the Isle community? And what do you think about the major content creators for the Isle like Anthomnia? And what's your opinion on Dondi? It's fine if you don't want to answer. We love controversy. That we do. We do love controversy. As for Anthomnia, like I said earlier, I don't mind them. I think sometimes the clickbait's a little much. And, like one time, not too long ago, it was like, oh, Recode release date confirmed, when it was a literal joke in Twitch chat that one of the developers made, and I didn't agree with that, because to me it just seemed like he was just using it for, just to get clicks, basically. And, I mean, okay, maybe he misunderstood what it was, but if you look, you gotta do your research at the end of the day. Like, you gotta make sure something's a joke before you actually, like, go out there and say, guys, this is a confirmed date. But as for my opinion on Dondi, I respect him because, he doesn't take shit from anybody. And that's something I personally respect. Like, he doesn't, like, feel like he needs to bow down to anyone. He's his own person, you know what I mean? And I really respect that. At the same time, I do think some of the, things he said, I feel like he's a little too aggressive at sometimes. People have things going on in their lives. Sometimes it's a little hard to, like, get that out, I guess. But, some decisions he makes, I'm not a fan of. Others, I am a fan of. I feel like that's the way you have to be in life. You can't judge someone based on, like, I don't want to get political, but, like, the president of the United States, Donald Trump, I can't stand it when people say, oh my god, guys, Trump is amazing, he never does anything wrong, and I can't stand it when someone says, everything Donald Trump does is terrible, and awful, and bad, orange man bad. But, like, you have to look at, people for what they do, because not everyone's gonna do everything right. And not everyone is going to do, oh god, I'm getting Discord pings, oh god, the audio is going to be ruined, hang on. Okay, that's better, I think. I put myself on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, what was I saying? Basically what I'm trying to get at is you can't exactly judge people based on whether you like them or not. You should judge them based on how they perform in a certain situation. And, you gotta play devil's advocate sometimes. You have to say, well, this could be a good thing, but it could be bad because, and then you make your own opinions from there. I feel like that got off topic a little bit. Diana Cezaz asks, do you believe in dragons, fairies, mermaids, mystical creatures? Boy, do I wish I still had the heart and mind of a child. Unfortunately, I do not. Although that does remind me, oh crap, I had an answer for that one question earlier where they asked, what mythical creature would you want to be? I had an answer already, and I forgot about it. Besides just a dragon, I'd pick a mermaid, because I know that's weird, but, because honestly, I just love to go, like, explore the ocean, and it's like, see the whales and the turtles and all that stuff, because that would be cool. Wow, this video's been all over, and I don't even know what's going on anymore. Noroguy asks, how are you a god? How many planets have you saved/destroyed? How many fights with gods have you eliminated? I'm assuming that means how many gods have you eliminated in fights. Well, spoiler alert, I've destroyed all the planets, and I'm God himself. Bold and Brash asks, what would you do to buff the Giga to give it a fair chance in a 1v1 with a Rex, even if you don't believe Giga needs a buff? I don't believe Giga needs a buff. I think it just needs a complete rework again, because every time they try to implement Giga into this game, it ends up going terribly. Right now, mid-tiers get absolutely demolished by Giga. There's nothing they can do against him. Giga has such a fast alt turn, nothing can kill it except for a Rex. Giga destroys Trike in 2 hits right now, just because of the bleed, which is stupid. In my opinion, Giga just needs to be redone completely again, which I think they are doing, but I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. Blue Ball Python asks, what's your favorite food? I have a few. Macaroni and cheese for one. I love pancakes. Sushi. Yes, sushi. Oh, I love sushi. If you guys ever have the chance, try the dragon roll. I think it's eel. It's actually really good. So, yeah, sushi, macaroni and cheese, chili is good. For me, if I see a food, I will know right away whether I'm gonna love it or hate it. Like, there's only been, like, a few times where I've been genuinely surprised at a food. Undead Werewolves asks, what hobbies do you have, if any at all, other than YouTube and playing the Isle? For example, playing music, making art, reading, writing stories, etc. Well, hobbies for me, I love sailing, if you didn't remember from earlier, because I am on my school's sailing team, and, God, I didn't want to join at first, but my father was like, you should probably do an extracurricular activity. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And it turns out I've met some of the best people I've ever met in my life on that team, and I will never forget it. So, that's probably my favorite hobby that I do. And do you intend on chasing after any new hobbies this year? As for new hobbies, I don't think so. I feel like hobbies just come naturally. Yeah, so as far as right now, no. But, we'll see, I guess. One of my hobbies, though, is, collecting things. Like these, Mattel Jurassic World line toys. Like, they're such good quality, and I actually have them displayed in my room. You know what? I'll show you guys right now. Here is my little collection of Mattel dinosaurs. Now, not all of them are up here because that's as many that can fit, but my God, I love this. The paint jobs are so good, and it's just like, yeah. Personal favorite right there. And there's the Ceratosaurus. And the second part of this question, here's a new one, but it's not that personal. What made you pick the name Pesky for your YouTube name? Any backstory behind that? There actually is. Back when I first made my Steam account, my username for Steam was just, the first, letters and numbers of my email. And I wanted something that, like, I just wanted a new username, truthfully. So, I was like, okay, I main Carnotaurus in the Isle, so Carnotaurus is going to be part of my name. And then I tried to think of an adjective, to put in the name, and I just ended up coming up with Pesky. I don't know where it came from, but it happened. So my name for a while was the Pesky Carnotaur, but eventually I just shortened it to Pesky because it was just, I just liked it more personally. But yeah, that's the story behind that. Godzilla asks, what is your opinion on girls? Lately I've been having problems. I've tried everything, but nobody cares. So, my opinion on this subject, I try not to worry about it, personally, because, I've had experiences with it, and none of them have exactly went well. So, except for that one that I told you about earlier. That was fun. But, I personally, I'd say wait for the right person. And I'm not saying just for girls, too. Like, I'm saying, like, anyone. Like, no matter whether you're, interested in another guy, another girl, whatever. Like, if there's someone that you're into, I mean, I'm probably the last person you should be taking advice from, but just be yourself. I know it sounds cliche, but just be yourself, focus on bettering yourself. Just do what you normally do. And someone will probably come along and say, wow, this person's pretty genuine. And not to mention they're pretty good looking too. So, yeah, someone will probably eventually come along, and I still have yet to figure that out for myself, but life's an adventure. Who knows where it's going to take you. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, just be yourself, and eventually you'll find something. Zemaroon asks, how have you been feeling so far when making your YouTube videos? I'm planning on making some commentary as well. Would you be fine if someone asked you for a collab of some sort? I understand if you cannot. I felt fine making these YouTube videos. I was a nervous wreck when I did my first ever voice recording, and before I recorded this video, I was actually a nervous wreck too. But I've adjusted to doing this whole face cam thing really quickly. But as for the collab, I've done a collab with Depleon in one video, as I mentioned. And if anyone wanted to come along and do a collab, like, sure, I'd love to. Like, there's no reason to not. Like, everyone benefits, so why wouldn't you? Tess Rule asks, what's your sexuality? This is the only personal thing I could come up with. If you haven't already figured it out, I am straight. MD Cars asks, if you could add 5 dinosaurs to the aisle, what would they be? Iguanodon and Kentrosaurus, I can give you those two. Dinosaurus. Dinosaurus, I love to see Dinosaurus in this game. Monolophosaurus, and I guess Troodon, but they already announced Troodon. So, and Monolophosaurus and Kentrosaurus already have models, so it's just a matter of time, honestly. Hopefully we can get Iguanodon and Dinosaurus. I'd love that, and that would make me super happy. Do you have any pets, is what Metalore1 asks. And, as you saw earlier, she's right over there. I do have a pet, and her name is Crystal, and she is the best dog that you could ever meet. The Wolf Hope asks, what's your favorite animal and why? Spiny-Tailed Uromastyx, which is a type of lizard, because I actually had a pet Spiny-Tailed Uromastyx way back when. I got him, I think, when I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and I had him for 5 years until he died. His name was Spike. I know, completely original of me, but yeah, he was a good boy. I loved him. He's great. Raptor Blue asks, what is your favorite color? Now, my favorite color, if you can't tell by my beautifully painted walls, my favorite color is in fact blue. Oh, yeah, and if you couldn't already tell by my, you know, aisle skins and my profile picture, yeah, blue's my favorite color. Fire Jedi 146 asks, how many siblings do you have and what do you place amongst them? I am one of 3 siblings. I am the oldest, and I have 2 younger sisters. One is in 10th grade, and the other is in 2nd grade as of recording this video. So, yeah. I love my sisters. They're great. Best sisters I could ever have, no matter how much they can get under my skin sometimes. But, yeah. Besides video games, what do you like to do for fun, and what hobbies do you have? What do you plan on doing after high school? Man, I feel like I kind of didn't go through these questions correctly, because I feel like I'm answering some of the same questions. What do I plan to do after high school? I want to go to college, and I want to study, I'm just looking at my computer, and that's the next question, so I'm not going to answer that. I want to go to college, though. Vanarp Ilipop asks, what do you plan to major in, college-wise, to be specific? I want to major in film and script writing. So I know it's a difficult field to get into, but I love, being a director would be cool. I just get to create my own movie and, have a story that people can enjoy, and it's yeah. Not to mention the pay is good, so that should be fun if I go anywhere with that. Because I want to have a good, successful, fun career that I enjoy. And I don't think in any way that this whole YouTube thing is going to be, a full-time job ever. And to be honest, I wouldn't want it to be a full-time job just because, I would get so bored out of my mind so quickly if this was my full-time job in 5 or 6 years or however long it would be. But, yeah, so there's that. Jeffrey Marchetti asks, you said that you don't upload videos for Jurassic World Evolution as much, and you only play it off camera. So did you have the Return to Jurassic Park DLC? If so, then did you enjoy it? I actually did get it, yes. I haven't played the whole thing, just because I can't stand the Jurassic World Evolution campaigns. I just want to go into the game, build my own park, and have fun with it. I couldn't care less about all the missions. It's cool that they got the old voice cast back, except for Richard Attenborough, but that's understandable because he's no longer with us, unfortunately. But, yeah, I'm not a fan of the Jurassic World Evolution campaigns. I just love doing the sandbox portion of it. Galk Epic asks, another question. What things do you think will be in the recode that we don't already know about or expect? There's gonna be one thing that I think nobody expects. There's going to be that one thing that everyone's like, whoa, and it blows everyone's mind. I have no idea what it could be, but I just feel like that's what's going to be the case. What was your biggest loss in general? And it could be with games as well. Well, in real life, I'm just going to stick with real life for this one. My biggest loss... Oh, I can think of a big one off the top of my head. I'm not gonna share that one with you guys. That's personal information. I'm sorry, but... yeah, that was a big loss. Alana Young asks, what got you into making YouTube videos? Wow, a lot of these are repeats, aren't they? I'm sorry. Yeah, I just decided, hey, I'm gonna upload a Dinosaurs video, and it just went from there. Godzilla asks, what's your opinion on depression? Opinion on it, or thoughts on it? Because my opinion of it, it's bad. But my thoughts on it, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I've never not been depressed, because I definitely have, but it's just important that you don't lose sight of your goals in life. And if you're ever feeling down in the dumps, just build yourself up. I know it's... I'm very bad at explaining things, I'm sorry. But what I did, personally, was just build yourself up. Find something you love. Do the things you love. And just don't worry about what anyone else thinks, because they're not the people who matter. The ones who matter are you and the people who care about you. Those are the only people who ever matter. And if you ever need help with anything, like, speak to someone about it, because that does help. And I know, like, not everyone wants to go to a therapist, and for me personally, I don't think therapy's for everyone. I think you just all you need to get out of depression is just some close friends you can rely on. And if you don't have any, then make that connection. Get out there. Don't sit there and sit in self-pity. Get out there, take responsibility for yourself, and say, I'm not gonna let myself be in this, frankly, terrible state. Martin K. asks, what do you think is more of a virtue for a YouTuber? Radically experiment with his content in order to entertain an even wider audience, or consistently offer the same type of content all the time in an expectable manner? By the way, for some reason I really like your channel. Kind regards from Hungary. Oh, if you like my channel, you're crazy. But, all the way from Hungary. Wow, that's crazy. Thank you, man. But, I feel like both are very important. Because if you just stick with the same thing, I feel like you'll get bored of it very quickly. Yeah, if you offer the same thing over and over, you'll probably get bored of it. Unless you don't. Like, it's a completely, personal thing. But, as far as experimenting is risky, so I feel like you kind of have to have a balance. Like, my flagship thing on my channel is The Isle, but I will play other games from time to time. Granted, it never gets as many views as The Isle, but I record things that I enjoy. Charlie Beard asks, what's your opinion on the larger channels who play The Isle and scream and overreact on a game that they've been playing for over 2 years? I know, the first one that comes to mind is Anthomnia, and personally, I cannot stand it when he screams over, like, a T-Rex or something. Like, it's not that scary. Like, if you see me in my videos, like, I'm relatively calm and cocky throughout all of it, because I know what to expect from each dinosaur because I've been playing it for so long. If it's a new player to the game, then I can understand if you yell and scream about a T-Rex, but, like, if you've been playing the game for, like, and not just Anthomnia, there's other YouTubers who are guilty of it too. But yeah, if you're screaming over a dinosaur that you're about to get killed or something, like, stop. You've been playing this game for a while. We know you're not scared. You can give up the act now. I actually already answered this next question, but I think I misinterpreted it as just a general question, but I feel like it might have been meant for the Q&A. But it's a Star Wars question, so I love that. So Crystal the Dragon asks, what's your favorite Star Wars ship and character and movie/show? My favorite Star Wars episode is, oh god, I like episode 3, but I also like all the originals. And there's no Star Wars episode I truly hate, to be honest. I have problems with the new ones, but they're the same problems that everyone else has, honestly. Like the fact that just the story is just wildly inconsistent. But, yeah. Episode 3 is a personal favorite of mine, just because of the Obi-Wan versus Anakin Skywalker fight. And, as for my favorite Star Wars ship, I have no shame in saying that I'm actually a fan of the whole Raylo thing they've got going on. So yeah, now you know that about me. Alright, and finally, our last question. The Armed Dodo asks, do you have a temper? And, you might not see it, well, you've probably seen it in some of my videos, but yes, I do have a bit of a temper sometimes. I try the best I can to keep it under control, but if someone's being a jerk to me, I will be a jerk right back. And I feel like it's completely justified. But yeah, I do get a little heated sometimes. I usually cool down very quickly, but it's sporadic at times. So, I think that's going to have to wrap it up for this Q&A video. I have no idea how this recording's going to turn out. I hope it's good. I'll find a way to work with it either way because I'm not recording this again because my voice is starting to hurt. But, yeah. This has been fun. I hope you guys are, impressed with, this because I've never done this. I figure I'd just get the face reveal out of the way at 2K because, like, why not? It builds more of that personal connection between you and me. So yeah, I want to thank you all again for helping me achieve 2,000 subscribers and counting in less than a year, which is crazy. And I know there's other channels that have done far better, but to me this really means a lot. And just to think, like, 2,200 people out there are subscribed to my channel and watch what I do. It's cool, and I love seeing you guys in the comments over and over. Like, the same people interacting with, oh my god, I almost forgot. In this video, after this video, the Discord server is up. Like, go in the description right now. The Discord server link is in there. And also, you should follow my Twitter. God, I'm so glad I remember that. Otherwise, I would have had to make an edit at the beginning of the video. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. I have a Twitter, if you didn't know. The Discord server is up and running at this point. So, yeah, that's gonna have to wrap it up for this video. So if you enjoyed it, leave a like, and until next time, I will see you all in the next video. And yeah, I just want to thank you all again for all of the support you've left for me. And 2020 is gonna be a great year. I can just feel it. Alright, bye-bye. I gotta act like I'm going to the camera to turn it off because that's what we do.